Ever wonder how an Italian Christmas is different than yours? Find out today with an authentic view, coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Villa Romana Italian Restaurant in Myrtle Beach. We're focused on Christmas. And we're visiting with Rinaldo and his mother, Mama Lucia Montrosse. Good morning, Mama Lucia.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being with us on Christmas Eve.
Happy Christmas, okay?
Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you, Rinaldo. Thank you so much for letting us come in here. We've enjoyed so much this whole week trying to get ready for tomorrow. An amazing way to kick off the week. You know, golly, it's been incredible when you think of all the guests we've had in this week, and to think of how special it's been for them to sit here in front of in front of the nativity scene.
Yes, that was great. We were able to put this up again this year. I'm so happy. I mean, it brings back so many memories from when I was back in Rome, back when I was in my own country, and brings back a lot of memory for my mother. So I'm really, really happy to be able to set them up every year. And of course, every year trying to make it better and bigger. Even though I did not go to Rome this past year, so there's no any new figurines from last year, but it's still quite amazing the way I put it together.
Obviously, when we were here last year at the same time for another week leading up to Christmas, and I think last year, Mama and you aired on Christmas Day, which was very special for us. Unfortunately, I couldn't be in town. I mean, you know, it's amazing when you think I couldn't be in town through the entire season, but to have been here with y'all right around that time was so special, and Mama was so amazing. So we had to get back here to be with you, to talk again about being in Rome. And for viewers who missed last year, obviously being here with Mama, talking, Rinaldo is here more as a translator, but as well as sharing the experience.
Thank you.
Mama, you have baby Jesus in your hand.
Yeah. For Madre Maria, just tonight, born.
She said that Mother Mary will have the baby tonight, so our nativity scene will not actually have the baby until the midnight mass, and then we come back into the restaurant after the mass and we'll put the baby into the crib. So that's one of the old tradition.
So you go to Mass tonight. You're going to be at Mass tonight.
Yes.
Getting ready for tomorrow. And you'll come back here and put baby Jesus in the nativity scene tonight.
Yes.
How exciting, Mama. When you sit back here and to think you've been in America now for more than 20 years.
Dice quanto tempo che sta in America? Più di 20 anni, vero?
Yes.
Almost 30 years, actually.
Almost 30 years. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Do you still have fond memories of your time in Rome, in Italy?
Yes.
Ha detto se tu hai belle memorie ancora di Roma e dei tempi quando eri giovane.
Purtroppo il tempo passa.
The time goes by, unfortunately.
Io ricordo tutto da piccolina, 7 mesi.
She says she has a great memory, which I can say that for sure. And she remembers everything, even when she was still an infant. I don't know how she does that, but believe me, she has a great memory. Don't know how she does it.
Mama Lucia, I promise you, all viewers want to know, you know, the things that really stand out in your mind. At what age did you begin? At what age do you think you got your most poignant memories?
Ha detto a quale età che tu ci hai avuto le memorie più belle che tu ci hai avuto, se ti ricordi, ai tempi passati?
Ai tempi passati purtroppo bisognava pensare alla vita, alla gioia. Non si doveva pensare che in quei tempi io certo non potevo essere una donna grande.
She said she had to think about life and enjoy life at that time, but her memory is quite good though. Ma che ti ricordi delle cose belle di quando eri piccola, fino a che età piccola che ti può ricordare?
Cose belle che quando si lavorava tutti insieme c'era una gioia, poi si cantava, si ballava.
She said when they used to work together, I guess she's talking about when they used to work the field, I guess, picking up grain or wheat or corn, whatever the instance was. They all put together their labor, and they all used to sing in the field, and then used to have a big dinner together, and then dance afterwards. So there was one big community, one big tight community.
This was in the countryside then in Italy. It wasn't right in Rome, or was it in Rome, Rinaldo?
No, era fuori,
al
paese.
paese.
Yeah, it was in the countryside. She was born in a little town south, I would say southeast of Rome, called San Donato. And then she moved to Arvido, which is very close. It's in the province of Frosinone. So it was back in the early 1900s. There was a lot of people that would work the field. In few words,
Right.
they raise corn and wheat, and farmers. Yeah, exactly. And that's how she was raised. So she has a lot of good memory.
Poi si lavorava alla farma e arrivavano certi bei piatti di pasta e fagioli.
And she's working in a farm, basically. And then at the end of the evening, the owner of the farm would bring a big container of pasta and beans. We call them pasta e fagioli.
Buoni erano.
He says they were actually extremely good. So
I bet.
there was fun memory. I guess back then there was no TV, no radio, no
Right.
trains and
It was
automobiles. Basically, back in early 1900, she was born in 1914, so
Yeah.
she's 90. So when she was 19,
Mama Lucia, you're 90 now.
Right.
For viewers who weren't here for your birthday,
Thank you. Purtroppo il tempo passa.
said, thank you, the time goes by
the time
quick.
goes
Yeah.
by quickly. It sure does. Now,
Yeah. Non ci si pensa, però il tempo passa presto e adesso all'età mia penserei ancora di essere giovane, di fare la vita di prima, ma
She said the time goes by fast, and now that she's old, she thinks the time passed, and how now she used to be able to do everything on her own and be able to walk and run everywhere. So, but she has good memory.
you know, there's so many aspects of being with your family, and I've heard you talk about your family back in Italy and the excitement for you of all your family coming together around Christmas time.
Yes, ha detto che lui ha sentito quando, probabilmente, che le memorie tue, che quando a Natale, che probabilmente tutti i familiari si univano per i
lo so,
cenoni,
lo so. È,
le memorie.
è una gioia quando si uniscono tutti i parenti, una famiglia, si gioca a tombola, si fa il cenone, chi dice come si dice, una parola di gioia.
There was a joy to be together at Christmas because everybody, it was one, the only time of the year actually the whole family and relatives all come together and spend the evening with a big, we call them cenone, which is a big Christmas Eve dinner, and they all sit around, and like I said, back then it was not TV and no radio, so basically they enjoy just been the time together and tell story, old story, and back then was basically a story that would happen in the mid 1800s.
Right, sure, sure.
So it was quite of old stories.
Now, Mama Lucia, did y'all get out a nativity scene? Did you have a nativity scene in your family that you would get out around Christmas time?
A Natale lo facevate voi il presepio?
Sì, sì. Anzi, appena che siamo venuti in America, Loreto e Rosina hanno fatto un presepio, bellissimo proprio.
She said yes, every Christmas, and the tradition kept going on even when she first came to the United States, which was back in 72. So it's been 32 years now, but the first Christmas she was in the United States, my two younger sisters, they actually built a nativity scene, and they use, you know, now it's a little bit more fancy than what we used to build 30 and 40 years ago and 50 years ago.
Sa, allora erano piccole e volevano vedere il presepio pure loro a casa, capito?
Yeah, they were
Giovani.
younger, you know, they were young adults. They were 15 and 16 years old, so they wanted to see the nativity scene in the house. So when we first came to the United States, they actually built it from scratch like I did, but they used different materials. You know, some they were actually handmade figurines and things of that nature.
Mama, were any of your children born around Christmas time? Were any of them within a month or so of Christmas? Do you have memories of having a child near Christmas time?
Ha detto se i bambini, c'è avuto nessun bambino che è nato durante il tempo di Natale, o un mese prima o un mese dopo. Sì, c'è stata Anna al 18
novembre, Silvana a dicembre.
perché probabilmente da memoria che è Natale, quando stava il tempo di Natale c'è bambini piccoli oppure che devono appena nascere. Yeah, she actually, my older sister Anna, she was born on November 18. Silvana, she was my also older sister, but it's only one step up, I guess you can say. She was born on December 29th. Rosina was born on January 19th, so she had...
so Mama Lucia has memories of strong
Christmas.
pregnancies around. Now, Rinaldo, just share with the viewers how many children Mama had.
7. She had 7, 5 girls and 2 boys.
You and Claudio, of course, who are here, both in the States, and the girls are... 2 are here, and
Actually, the 3 are here, 4 here, and 2 that are back this year in Rome. And they were here this year for her birthday. She turned
I
90.
work too much, me.
you work too much, Mama?
Yeah.
For
Oh,
7.
come on. For 7 children, that's right.
Yeah, God give much strong, me. For
She
7.
said God made her strong to have 7 children.
Oh, yeah.
And she
very
worked
good.
too much for 7 children.
Mommy, have 7 months old. 11 day, me no eat nothing.
Nothing.
My mama sick, no posso give milk. No bring milk, not woman. No.
She said she was 7 months old. And she got,
11 day no eat nothing. My mama talk dottore kamu anakente, e kamu bit muit.
she said that she did not eat for 11 days because her mom was sick and she didn't want to take. Back then, they used to, the babies used to be fed by other nursing mother if the mother was either sick or whatever. But she said she didn't want to take the
My
My
mama,
mother's milk, yeah.
yeah, except from her mother, and then she realized it was not her mother, so she didn't eat for 11 days.
No.
So I don't know if this is a true memory or she was told,
Yeah,
but she
someone's
remembers
told her that, yeah.
So, but like I said, she does have a good memory.
Mama has a great memory.
my sister jog me, mommy cry.
She said her sister used to play with her, but she used to cry because she was hungry.
That's amazing, Mama. Now, what was the food y'all would serve on Christmas Eve back in close to Rome growing up? What was the big food that night?
La sera della vigilia di Natale, come stasera, che cosa che servivate per il cenone?
Il pesce, le frittelle fritte con le mele dentro,
Pastries.
insomma un cenone.
It was basically like we're going to be doing tonight. It's basically a seafood dinner, and we use any kind, whatever seafood we can find, even spots and mullets and tuna, whatever kind of a seafood we can use. And we make pasta with tuna, of course, and then we have other different seafood. Whatever seafood we actually find. And that's basically our Christmas Eve dinner, like tonight.
Need to eat food different. No, nine food different for this night for Gesù Bambino, Madre Maria born.
She said that their custom is to eat 9 different type of food.
No.
Whatever they are, if yours could be apple, which will be considered one item, and then seafood, and then pasta, and then bread, and salad. Whatever it is, it needs to be 9 different items, because that's their tradition on New Year, Christmas Eve, I'm sorry.
And the significance of 9, was there a significance to that number?
Come mai erano 9? Che cosa
Per
significava?
devozione, proprio perché la Madonna era la vigilia di Natale, così.
Forse perché era rimasta incinta per 9 mesi, allora erano 9 pietanze. It was a custom devotion to Mary, and I guess for the 9 months that she was pregnant. So there was one different food for each month.
That's very
And,
interesting.
So that's the reason why they said they had to have 9 different type of food.
I remember last year, Mama, a year ago, you spoke about all the bagpipes around Christmas time. Share with the viewers about the bagpipes, the significance of the bagpipes.
I zampognari, dice l'anno scorso tu hai parlato dei
Sì,
zampognari.
zampognare. Adesso proprio girano tutta la città per suonare insomma le zampogne.
She said that normally we call them zampognari, which are bagpipe. They normally those are there's a tradition like playing an accordion.
Right.
The tradition is becoming extinct. So only people that comes from little village normally they know how to play bagpipes. So they do come down from the little villages and they go into the bigger towns and they play bagpipes throughout the Christmas season.
Per far capire che arriva il Natale, il Santo Natale, Gesù Bambino, e tutti i bambini vogliono un regalino, sono soddisfatti, gioiosi a vedere i regali di Natale, i bambini.
Yes.
Come questo.
She said to let everybody know that Christmas is coming, so the kids are actually. So that the kids actually, waiting for gift for Christmas.
Non vedono l'ora di aprire i regali per vedere quello che c'è dentro.
And she's got her
Rudolph,
yes.
the red-nosed reindeer.
And she keeps that one with her all the time anymore, everywhere she goes.
That's great, Mama.
She said that is her guiding light whenever she walks.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why she keeps with her all the time.
She takes Rudolph when she walks.
Yes, she has a little walker and she puts that in front of the walker and she said that this Rudolph guides her wherever she walks, anywhere she walks actually.
That's amazing. Now, y'all played a lot of games around Christmas time also. I like that, yes.
Ha detto che tu giocavamo tante cose quando era Natale come a tombola, che altro
Sì,
giocavate?
a tombola,
She said yes.
mercanti in fiera,
She said we used to play we still playing that and
mercanti in fiera.
different games, card games, bingo. Bingo was very, very popular. It's an easy game, kids could play. But it was mostly bingo and card games. It's another game called Mercante in Fiera, which is also played with cards. So there is something was done on New Year's Eve. And a lot of times we go to midnight mass, and then after midnight mass we keep on playing games. And sometimes it goes in the early hours of the morning. Depends on how late. I remember speaking by experience when I was young that it all depends on how far that we can stay up. If we get tired or sleepy, then eventually we go to bed. But otherwise, we stay up to sometimes 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning just playing
No,
games.
Rinaldo.
Yes, and
Now, you have those... Go ahead, Mama.
Poi le mamme, per farsi voler bene ai figli e ai bambini, fanno scrivere alla Befana, fanno mettere le scope sotto al cammino in modo che la Befana scenda dal cammino. La mamma va, leva le scope e piglia la lettera, fa finta che la Befana ha preso le lettere.
and then they used to put
In modo che
letters
sono contenti.
around the chimney, and then the mother used to go over there and pick up the letters that the little kids wrote.
Yeah.
And whatever they want for the Epiphany, because actually the exchange of gift was done on the Epiphany Day, which is January 6th.
Right.
And then the mother would actually read their letters, and they know what the kids wanted. And basically they come back, and sometimes they get their gift, and sometimes they didn't.
So this was the female Santa Claus. Yeah.
Yes.
Su, la Befana,
We call him
she
Befana.
come, bring everything, bring paper, bring everything. Sweep,
So we-
scopa, tutto in fila.
So back in the old days, when I was growing up, we did have Santa Claus, but we actually looked for the Epiphany more than we did for Santa Claus, because the actually exchange of gift, or when we actually received the gift ourselves from our mom, was actually on the day of the Epiphany, and we call that the Befana.
Poi fanno girare tutta casa per vedere dove si regala la Befana ai bambini. Vedi?
And then they used to hide the gift throughout the house, so the kids would go around the house looking for their gift.
No.
No,
Now, what about if you found someone else's gift but not your own?
E tu se trovavi il regalo di un altro, che facevi? Lo davi a quell'altro?
no, beh, c'era scritto ognuno il regalo suo.
There would be a
Che la
name on
Befana,
his gift, and
la Befana scriveva bene.
Yeah.
because she said the Befana, we call Befana, which is the Epiphany, she writes really good who name was on the gift.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Did church have a big role? Obviously, you talked about midnight mass, Mama. Did church have a big significance
Thank
in
you,
Christmas?
Thank you.
Ha detto se la Chiesa aveva un lavoro grande, cioè se aveva un ruolo grande il tempo di Natale, prima di Natale e dopo Natale, cioè nel senso per fare i presepi, questa roba qua.
Sì, beh, ci pensavano prima, un po' al giorno, mica potevano fare tutto insieme. Un po' al giorno pensavano quello che dovevano mettere più bello, potevano tornare meglio era.
Yes, the day would start early, of course, and they would decorate the church with whatever, of course, was available back in old days. You know, when I say back in old days, I'm also talking. She's 90, so I'm talking back 80 years ago, 75, 80, and 85 years ago.
Io remember for 30 January 1934, my place. I sleep inside, no room for this or Taguaco, terrible.
A che anno è stato quello?
Nel 1915, 13 di gennaio.
She remembers
E c'avevo 7 mesi.
1915, and the 13th of January was a earthquake, and they had to sleep outside the house. She remembers that. She was only 7 months. So God bless her if she remembers that.
Mama, if you remember that, that'd be amazing. But I know you've got a great memory. I know you've got
Everything me remember, everything.
You know, she does have. I mean, sometimes we talk back. She actually, if you ask her the name of all the classmates in elementary school and the school teachers, she will remember every name.
Oh, come on.
So
Wow.
she does.
Wow.
I like
And
to
that
talk.
is amazing. That's why I think she does have a great memory. And I'm not
I
sure
like
it's
to
because
talk.
she's getting old or what.
Mi work avevo Gesù Nazareno. E mi avevo terribile yesterday. Triste, insomma, detto. E give a kiss to Gesù Nazareno e talk to me. I like me work for my peace. No work this way for me. Terrible. E give a kiss to Gesù Nazareno. Gesù Nazareno è come blood here. Real blood.
No.
Ha detto che
Real blood.
6 years old.
she said she was 6 years old, and she was one morning, I guess one day she got up and she was a little sad. I'm not sure what the circumstances was, and she had a little baby Jesus like this, and she gave her a kiss, and she said it was a little blood that came out. But
Real blood.
Real blood.
yeah, that's what she said. She was 6 years old, but
Ma
you know,
te,
it's hard to.
Materlo dottore e wife, watch. E tocca, dottore for me cantate no paper. She no watch from my eyes.
I had to.
I
It's amazing,
Yeah.
Mama.
3,
That's
me.
She said that she told somebody, but they was not present when that happened, so they couldn't
Right.
really verify the story.
We've just got a couple of minutes, Rinaldo. I wanted to make sure people understood why we were here in front of the nativity scene and the importance of this for your family. The nativity scene has been something you've been creating for years, but collecting collectibles for years.
Yes, abbiamo un altro paio di minuti, quindi voglio che parlo per esempio. Yes, it is important. I mean, it is important for every Christian. I think it's basically the meaning of Christmas is is what you see behind you or behind me, and this brings back a lot of memory. It brings back some of the nativity scene that I've seen throughout the years when I was not only growing up, but I normally go back to Rome for Christmas, so I see the nativity scene many times in the St. Peter's Square, inside the Basilica, and in different churches throughout Rome. And this brings back memory. And if I remember correctly, about 4 years ago, I did not go to Italy, and I want to do something that brings back home memory.
Right.
The way what Christmas is all about. It's about Christmas. It's about Christ. And that's the reason why I built the nativity scene. And each time I go to Rome, I pick up new figurines and something different, something new. And a lot of the figurines you see in this nativity scene, they were actually bought in a little shop on the right side of St. Peter's Square.
Is that right?
And I just go in there and I pick the pieces I want and I bring it back.
Well, now, Rinaldo, y'all, today's the day before Christmas. Y'all are open next week, but then close the first 2 weeks of January. Is that correct?
That's correct. We will be open. We actually close Christmas Day and we are closed on Christmas Eve, of course, tonight. And then we're going to be open all up to New Year's Day,
Okay.
which will be on a Saturday, and we're going to
Right.
close for about 12, 13 days. I think the reopening date is January 13th on
Okay.
Thursday.
Well, we got to wrap up, and I just wanted to make sure we got that in. So if you could come in all next week until
Until we close, exactly, until New Year's Day, the nativity scene will be up, and then, of course, we'll be
Me?
dismantled after that.
Me young, for come work. My sister have 6 years before me. Me, slow. Get up, make dress, for go work for people more happy.
Deve
For
finire,
people
mamma.
have come si chiama, lutto. Era molto, lì non si poteva cantare, non happy.
Deve
E mi,
finire, mamma, comunque.
ma adora, ma sister talk, oh stasera non ho finito.
Oh, Mama, that's a great way to wrap. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg. Merry
And
Christmas.
thank you, Rinaldo. We've enjoyed the entire
Oh,
week here.
Thanks for
Ma quello,
having us.
mia sorella mi
Deve finire, salutalo.
Stay
Thank you.
tuned to
Thank
more
you.
Carolina People with Mama Lucia and Rinaldo Montrosse coming up next. Right there in St. Peter's Square. Think about that, the significance of that. You got to get into Villa Romana to check out these original Roman figurines. You got to take the time to come in here. And of course, you got one more day left. Today's the last day. It's Christmas Eve. If you haven't wrapped up your shopping, get out there, get it done today. But more importantly, take the time to think about what Christmas is all about. We're sitting right in front of it. We're visiting with folks that emanate Christmas. Mama Lucia and her son Rinaldo, who day in, day out, constantly strive, whether the nativity scene's up this week, last week, whether baby Jesus arrives tonight, they're thinking about it year-round, and it can be a part of your life year-round. Make that effort. Reach out. Come in here and come into Villa Romana and check out the nativity scene and see Mama Lucia and her son Rinaldo and the entire Villa Romana family. Merry Christmas.